What's up guys, this is a PSA for eBay sellers in 2022. I think it's going to get tough this year. Overall, I am very optimistic with where e-commerce is going, but I think this year specifically, there's going to be a few challenges and bumps in the road. So we're going to go over that in this video. Please stay tuned, smash the like button, consider subscribing if you like tips and tricks on how to grow your online store. Number one, the reason why I think 2022 is going to be sluggish is because I think there's going to be less stimulus money or no stimulus money. Last year, they printed, I think, $500 million a day. So I don't think they're going to continue that pace of just printing free money. So I'm really worried about that because on top of that, 4.5 million people last year quit their jobs. So there's definitely less money circulating out there. So I think last year was an unusually good year. So if you're just starting e-commerce or you've been doing this for a while, I would say use this year as a barometer for future years, because last year was kind of a fluke. Last year in Q2, so the second 3 months of the year, I actually had my biggest month, and the rest of the year, my impressions dropped about 15%. So I didn't really do anything different between Q2 and Q3, but my impressions dropped 15%. That could also be seasonal. So again, I had a really good year last year, and I think that that's not going to really be a good estimate of what's happening in the future. So this year, I'm still bullish on e-commerce because I think a lot more people are at home and they're going to stay at home. So more people are going to be shopping online, but I think there's less money out there. So let's get into the next idea. The second thing was actually from a comment from Brenda Reed. She says, no offense, but with everything going on in the world today, do you really think your sales are going to continue? I mean, people are going to watch how they spend their money and they're going to be a lot wiser on what they buy. They're going to buy what they need versus what they want. Clothes is just not one of them. Food, shelter, lights, and a lot more important things. This is the reality of the real world, not the eBay world of reselling. Now, of course, when people say no offense, I always take offense because it's usually something insulting. And here's the thing. Every single one of my videos, I say that the expenses are going up. I am worried. That's why I think everyone should grow their store. It's not that fun running a huge store with all these expenses and all these moving parts, but I think that it's necessary to do that in order to survive. So every single video, I add in what I think is realistic because every single year, the expenses go up. I've been in this rental unit for a little over a year and a half, and they've already increased the rent 3 times. There's more expenses coming. Electricity is going up. The cost of supplies is ridiculous. These shelves were $179 when I bought them. During the peak of the supply problem, they were $500. So I don't make triple as much money every single year, but the cost of some items are triple as much. I saw a sandwich store selling subs for $23 a sandwich. That's absurd. That's super expensive. So everything is slowly starting to get more expensive. And I've been talking about this for a long time and getting heat because people have been saying, oh no, it's fine. I don't think it's fine because I don't think these prices are going to go back down. I think everyone's going to have to hunker down. You're going to have to cook more at home. You're going to have to travel less. It's going to be like the metaverse where you each put on an Oculus and we own nothing, but we're just in the universe online. I think that might be the future because it's very difficult to go out and purchase things now. Going outside, they used to say, going out with your friends costs you about 50 bucks every time you go out. Now I think it's $100. If you're gonna go out, have dinner, go to an event, do something, it's gonna set you back $100. Gas is getting more expensive. So I am prepared for that. I've been preparing for this for a long time. So I think it's really important right now that people really take a step back, think about the future, because over the course of the next 5 to 10 years, we will have 10 post office increases in shipping. The government could step in and subsidize that, and maybe they will make it cheaper to ship items, but if the cost of shipping continues to rise, we might have actually an increase in brick and mortar. So right now, because there's not a lot of people in the businesses, maybe it's a good time to start looking in the space because people are even using office spaces and retail places as home offices because the rent on commercial spaces has gone down because there's more people working at home. And it's the opposite for residential. Residential is going way up because people are working at home. You'll see the real estate market is on fire. Everything is selling for over asking because everyone can work at home now. So I think the future is changing a little bit. So everyone who watches this channel, I want to be proactive. I'm not being negative. And in fact, I talk about this all the time. People are asking, do I think my sales are going to continue to be good for the long term? I don't know. That's why I'm preparing. And that's why I look at different niches to get into. And I think to myself, can I do this niche long term? Because anyone who's just dabbling is going to get crushed right now because you have to be an expert. Somebody on the morning call today asked if I recommend researching your niche. Like, are you kidding? Of course, I recommend becoming an expert in your niche because there are crazy fluctuations and you don't want to be left behind. Blockbuster at one point was doing $3 billion a year. Now they're not even around. Some people don't even know what Blockbuster is. They've been out of business now for like 20 years. That's not actually that long ago though, where people were going into the video store and picking out DVDs in person. Now everything is streaming, everything is online. It's very, very different. So you don't want to be caught being the biggest Laserdisc seller in the world because I don't even know if you can buy a Laserdisc player at this point. So cars are coming with no CD player. So everything is moving. You've got to adjust with it. And I was even thinking, you know what, maybe it's time to open a restaurant because everyone's at home right now. They're ordering DoorDash. Even I swear I would have never used those services, but now I'm using those services more and more because time is becoming more valuable and I've got to just earn more to offset how expensive everything is. So I thought maybe opening a restaurant was a great idea until I looked at how much money DoorDash charges restaurants. DoorDash can charge up to 30% of the total bill to the restaurant, making it not profitable for the restaurant to really sell anything. So I was thinking all the restaurants I go to now, they have limited seating or less people are going out. So those restaurants are paying for all that retail space and it's not really working. So I was thinking, why not just turn the entire thing into a giant kitchen, lower the prices and do volume? But it's challenging because DoorDash takes so much of the cut. Also, at this point, I was thinking maybe everyone needs to be a DoorDash driver on the side because we have to make extra money. So everyone becomes a driver for Whole Foods. You're delivering food on Saturday. On Sunday morning, you're delivering breakfast to people. But even that has become really saturated because Nina in the group, she's in Chicago. She's been on the DoorDash wait list for 2 years and she hasn't been able to even sign up as a driver. So in her area, she can't even sign up to be a driver for groceries or for food delivery because it's just so crowded. This happened before with Uber and Lyft when they were trying to dominate the market. There was too many drivers, so not enough per person. So again, everything floods over time as things become more mature. It becomes more difficult, but I don't think we should just roll over and give up. No part of my channel says that you should give up. I'm thinking everyone needs to prepare. They need to really plan and they need to hunker down and really pay attention to where every single penny is going because things get more and more expensive and I really don't see the prices coming down. I think everyone needs to pay attention. Everyone needs to earn more, be more productive, have a bigger store. And ultimately, number one most important thing is become an expert in whatever you're selling because you need to be able to notice the trends to get out before it's too late and to really go heavy. So as an example, in the clothing category, I'm not buying dress pants anymore because people aren't really wearing dress pants anymore. If they are wearing dress pants, they're wearing pants that look like dress pants but are actually yoga pants, and they don't even need to wear pants if they're on Zoom, right? So as long as your top half is visible to your boss, you're good to go. So I think right now, getting out of the dress pants game is really good. Get into athleisure, get into sporty tops, get into stuff that's stretchy because people are gaining the COVID 40. Right? So make adjustments because the world is not going to be the same 10 years from now than it was today. In fact, I've been doing e-commerce for 5 years and e-commerce itself is almost exactly the same, but the world has changed a lot. There's even a no work movement going on right now. So I think if you're moving towards the no work movement and you want to just really understand what the basics are to survive, you're going to have to run a larger store than you think. Being able to be self-sufficient, be able to survive and contribute to society means you've really got to really grow your idea, grow your service to the world because everyone needs it. So this is what I think. I think everyone needs to give more than they receive. Okay, for this to really work for everyone, you've got to give more than you receive. You can't just be a mooch and live off of everybody else's design. You've got to add more. So for me personally, I feel like I honestly have everything. So I'm trying to give everything at this point because I think I'm good for my living a modest lifestyle. But again, I'm still worried. Even with no bills, I'm still worried about all these additional expenses coming. So everyone pay attention because what you don't pay attention to starts to decline. So pay attention to every single minute of your day, every single penny, every single relationship you care about. You really need to pay attention, keep tabs on it, and you have to put that energy towards it. Otherwise, it's going to decline. Everyone is so focused now, you're spending a lot less time with family and friends. So you really need to pay attention when you are with them and make the effort, because those go quick. It's really easy to lose a relationship with somebody, especially when you're building an online store. So I appreciate you guys. Please smash the like button. Join our Patreon group below at patreon.com/theresourcepodcast. In there, we have thousands of hours of coaching and mentorship available. I'm live on Zoom every single day for Q&A. You can post your information in the Facebook group, post what you're working on, how long it takes you to do things, where your bottlenecks are, and you'll be able to get to the next level. Today, we actually had Pete, one of our big shoe guys in Canada, go over his exact process for a 1,500 square foot shoe pallet situation. He purchases 20,000 shoes a year to process through his store. Really interesting looking at how different people focus on one thing. Now, one thing with Pete, I always worry is that he is doing too many things. He's got multiple projects. So I'd like to see this year if he can really focus in and just do one thing for the whole year, because I see his attention divided amongst so many different businesses. And I'm not sure you can do that anymore. He's in Canada. They have even stricter situations with the pandemic. So I think it's really, really important to pay attention, because it's going to get tighter and tighter, and everyone's going to have to be a master of what they do or die. See you guys next time. Make Progress Daily.